It's me, Ben. Sorry I'm late. Woke up late, was sick, had to get a Perrier, etc. So we missed the first 8 minutes, but that should just be the opening. So we should be okay. Etc. Mainly etc. Let's refresh. Still don't have any viewers. It's slightly confusing, the format. So we're back to day one matches. They play day one, they play day three, and so forth. Confusing the audience. Before I start doing any analysis, I'll wait for people to show up. Yeah, it always says I have 0 viewers. I have at least one. Yeah. Hey, Ben. 2 bishops, what else? Exactly. I set up the stream really quickly, so could be some technical issue, but probably not. It still says I have 0 viewers. Good morning. Yeah. All right. Yay, I banned somebody. Yeah, I have the Never Play F3 shirt on. I had to change that while I was getting the stream ready. Yeah. COVID. That is correct. That's true. I might die soon. I wouldn't say I was old, but pretty old. All right. Blue is your color. Thank you. 10 p.m. here in the Philippines. Yeah. Man, I ban them and try to learn unbans them. Wow. All right, so we have 111 people, so we can start. All right, so this is the second day of these matches. Aronian needs to win, and Liren needs to win, or they're out. 4-game matches. What's funny is the first day, both games went into Armageddon, and the second day, neither match went to game 4. So there you go. All right, Hikaru's white against Aronian. It's a Petrov. Previously, Naka and other players in this event played knight c3 or d3, then d4. Here, Naka plays the main line instead. I used to play the Petrov before you guys were born. And in fact, I've had this position with black. c6, knight c3, takes, bishop. Okay, I've never played that move. I've played bishop f g4. Okay, so this is the first position. I don't know, but I knew it 30 years ago, and I forgot. Okay, and Naka prevented f6. I have the Never Play f3 shirt on, so I don't know. Bishop f5, queen a5 is a bit weird, so okay. That I don't know. Rook e1 doesn't care about his c-pawn. You could take the c-pawn, but he decided to develop a piece. 2 bishops, what else? And the 2 bishops, what else? And he played knight f5. God damn. All right. Bishop's attacked. All right, so Hikaru has a very small advantage. Obviously, black is okay with his nice pieces here. Wasn't the most testing line. Hikaru played knight h4, knight f5. Come on, Ben. We're going to talk. But he does have a nice 4-minute time advantage. All right, in the other game, Liren lost the first match to you. He lost on time in the Armageddon game in a winning position. Another QGA. They traded queens last time in this line, but not this time. Takes. They still could trade queens. I've never seen bishop e2 and then dc5, I must admit. All right, tries to keep his pawn. Then he decides not to keep his pawn because he can't. All right, very, very strange play by both sides, I think. Knight d3, and the engine likes white because this bishop isn't very good. And this bishop, which I was going to say also isn't very good right now, is going to get out with e4, and he played e4. So white has a nice position because this bishop can't get out, and this bishop can. And white's knights are very good, and these are the superfluous knights. Also, white has a time advantage. So white has lots of little advantages. Very similar to Hikaru's game. Get rid of this. Hikaru has a slight advantage and also a slight time advantage. So it's good to have the white pieces. The white pieces are doing very well. Also, etc. Okay. Good morning. The most handsome Grandmaster is here again. That is correct. 100 Sentadoos. Dr. Mota subscribed. Good. Everybody's good. All right. I guess I'll refresh again, just in case I'm missing the train. Every time I refresh, I get less people. Maybe I should stop refreshing. I'm already fresh enough. What would George Costanza say? He'd say, you're already fresh enough. All right. So the first day of these matches, Hikaru won an Armageddon game, and Yu Yangyi won the Armageddon game. So they had 1-0. Therefore, their opponents must win these matches to continue in the tournament. So if either Hikaru or Yu Yangyi wins their match, they go to the semifinals, and their opponents are out. If Aronian wins or Ding wins, then we see another match in a couple days, on Wednesday, I guess. And the matches never end, and so forth. All right, so white has the E-file. White has the 2 bishops, but obviously black is very solid, has all his pieces out, no weaknesses. I always like this bishop, though. I always like white in these positions because this bishop is so good. So white's a little bit better, and white has a lot more time. And here, white's a little bit better, and white has a lot more time. So basically, it's the same. Black is trying to equalize in both games, but black has different problems. In this game, black obviously has a bishop c8 problem. And in this game, black has the problem that white has the 2 bishops, and this bishop is a monster. I've never seen bishop f5, queen a5, I must say, by Aronian. I've never seen that way of playing for black. Good morning, Ben, and Vietnam. Damn. Let's see. 2 bishops, Vatals is correct. Oh, man, I felt really bad this morning. Oh, tummy and old. And no! Come on, Naka, as soon as I show up. Didn't you see what my shirt said? Damn. I'll bet you, he's probably getting coached by QVC. Told him what shirt I was wearing and just doing it to get me. Damn. I can't believe they would do that to me. Plug my phone in. Otherwise, I can't get all these brilliant texts and tweets and such. Mainly and such. I must say, I don't like the move f3. You can't put a knight on e4. You're weakening your king. I mean, he did it to stop, knight g4 and defend e4, but I'm not a big fan. Rook e8's a risky move because you're giving up this diagonal. So queen c4 is the obvious reply. So I'm not a big fan of that move either, but the engine thought white was better, than after f3 it thought it was equal because it weakens his king a little bit. Thing is, white has to get lift somehow. G3 is also very weakening, and H3 doesn't get you lift. So F3 does get you lift, so you don't get back rank mated. So that's good. Good not to get back rank mated. But I'm sure he did just to needle me. Okay, A3. Good. Bishop E3. Again, this bishop is a problem. And white just has a nice position. When they played in the first round, these 2 players, all of their 15-minute games were drawn. They don't have any decisive results. Is Hikaru's position just lost? Nah, he's slightly better. Yeah. Nobody's losing in any of the games. Yu Yangyi's position isn't very good because it's so passive. Seems like he better learn to play the QGA better. In this position, bishop e7 is probably just a mistake. Because when the guy takes on c5, you want to take back in one move. You don't want to play bishop here and then bishop here. So that's a strange move. Because Black could play knight bd7. Black could take on d4. It's weird to play bishop e7 and then have to take back with the bishop later. That's just strange. And he played a6, a5. So he's playing bishop here, and here, and he has the black pieces. So he's down a lot of tempi. And then his king is worse not his king. His bishop is worse, his king. His bishop is worse in the endgame because his bishop can't get out and white's can. And he's still wasting time over here. That's the way they play chess now. They push their A pawn, they push their H pawn, just like the way I play like 10-second chess. Okay, so Yu wants to get his bishop out. So he plays e5, but he still can't get his bishop out. It's still blocked by the knight. And the problem with e5 is it gives away these white squares. White wants to put his knights there. And it gives away this diagonal, which Hikaru has currently in the other game. So the bishop has a nice home here. So this is anti-positional somewhat, but he wants to move his knight and get his bishop out. The engine really likes white because it doesn't see a way for black to really get these pieces out. I mean, black's down a lot of tempi. A6, A5, A4, A3, E6, E5, bishop here, bishop here, bishop here. And white's just developing his pieces. So white has a big advantage in time, and white has a big advantage on the clock. All right, Hikaru did not play queen c4. He retreated. Good, always retreat. The engine doesn't approve. I mean, Levon weakened his d5 square, so the engine wants to put pressure on it. Probably Naka thought after the rook trade, the knight just goes here, doesn't matter. So he just retreated, keeps his two bishops. The engine doesn't like knight d5 at all. It thinks that's terrible. It wants to play b5, keeping these pawns in check, king f8, getting off of this diagonal, or h5, putting it in h. Doesn't like knight d5 very much. It's tempting to play knight d5 because these squares are weak, and this pawn's weak. So your knight looks pretty good there. But it doesn't like it because queen e2, queen e4, and if the knight's not on f6, then f3 makes sense because the queen can go to e4. And then, we want to take with the pawn if possible, if he trades queens. All right, so after queen e2, white's slightly better. White still has more time. And Liren is slightly better, but he's thinking a long time in this position. Now, the story of this match from day one is one side, usually white, got big advantage and then couldn't do anything. The game went on and on and on, and it was a draw. So that's all 4 games in this match. That's what happened day one. So here white has a big advantage. Let's see if it happens again. Liren presses but can't get anything, and it's a draw. That's what we saw so far in this match. I don't know if that's not pressuring correctly or the other side defends too well. I don't know. Probably a little of both. Probably they're just too elitist. I don't know. That's probably what it is. Yeah. And so forth. I ban you. You ban me. Let's see. Mubat says that Dubov and Carlson won. That is correct. Got to update those scores. 335 centidues, confusing the audience. Yeah. Barely pressing enough is correct. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Liren's trying to win and improve and get a big space advantage, and Yu Yangyi's just a good gatekeeper, not letting him in. Very elitist. Terrible. Yeah. Horrible. Let's see. The only thing worse than the toxicity is the no trains. All right. So I'm getting trolled by everybody. I have the never play F3, right? That's the shirt I wore today. Get my exercise here. And then both players played F3. So F3 was played. This lets the king walk up. This stops knight G4 later. So when my bishop goes here, I don't have to worry about that. And it defends my e-pawn, so my knight can start moving out later. So unfortunately, it makes a lot of sense. H6, rook B1, rook D8. Knight to B4, he wants to go to D5. So the reason he played F3 and rook B1, the rook defends this, so that he can't lose his knight. It's defended. And F3 defends this, so his knights can go to d5. It was all part of the same plan. He wants to put a knight on d5 because black played e5. So the engine says white is +2, even though there's no material disparity, because black just can't move. This rook's stuck in the corner, this bishop can't move, this knight is semi-pinned, and these knights can both go to d5. So he played king f2, he's not in a hurry, and black just can't do anything. This bishop controls this diagonal, so he's getting outplayed pretty badly, considering they're about the same strength. This bishop has c4, my knights have d5, my rook is pinning your knight, this rook is better than this rook. This pawn's probably more weak than queening. This pawn's not going to queen, but he might get captured, might take that. There's so many ways to attack that pawn. So this pawn's not safe, this pawn is safe, this bishop's ridiculous. This knight can't go anywhere of note, nowhere good to go. The bishop can't go anywhere. So it's just a really, really bad position for black. And the main reason was he played bishop here, bishop here, bishop here, here, and didn't get these pieces out. Whereas white got all his pieces out. Okay, white's playing great. And white has a big time advantage. Really difficult position for you. Very tough position. Let's see. Ding Liren. 5 centidues from Dusty Lupus. Wicked Steez extended their membership. Good. Never play f3. Everybody played f3 these games. Terrible. All right. And then we got a couple of moves in this game. g3. That's very surprising to me. I don't like that move. I don't like pushing all the pawns in front of my king. Now, there are no rooks on the board, so it's not totally unsafe, but it's risky opening your king up so much. So I don't like that. Sandy Haas subscribed and started the train. Go scam train. The engine doesn't like it either. Obviously, Naka wants to keep the black pieces out, but I don't like g3, f3. The queens are off, okay, but not with the queens on the board. b5 is good. Queen e2 is good. Queen d7 is shallow and pedantic. He wants to stop queen e8 check, obviously. Wow, the engine wants to play queen b1 here, allowing queen e8 check. That seems a bit risky. Okay, queen d7, a4. White has an isolated pawn, trying to get rid of it. And then c4, which is explosive. And black doesn't really want to take there if he doesn't have to, because he'll have 2 weak pawns. Although the engine says that move is fine. It says black should take this pawn, but he played knight c7. And if you remember the other game between you and Ding, black played e5, weakening the d5 square. c4 weakens the d4 square. The d4 pawn's no longer protected. Was protected by a pawn. And now Levon wants to play knight e6 and hammer at that pawn. Bishop f6, bishop b6, queen d7. And this pawn, not easy to defend if black keeps attacking it. That's why Levon played knight c7. He wants to go to e6. And Hikaru played king g2. I agree with that. King's much better on g2 than g1. This pawn's not hanging with check. The king defends all 3 pawns. The king keeps the queen out. It's off the back rank. Very good move. Okay, knight e6 is correct. Bishop f2 is correct, defending this pawn. And white just has the 2 bishops, what else? Yeah, this is just nice for white. 2 bishops, should be a draw, but white's playing for a win because black doesn't really have any winning chances. If I was playing a 1-minute game, I'd play knight here and try to check him. Wouldn't do anything, but it sounds good. PD Boltsaw gifted subs. Good. Excellent. Can you go over the line if black plays queen b1? Well, queen b1 is a super aggressive move. It pins the bishop. It threatens knight takes c3 because it's pinned. But in the long run, I don't like that move. Like, I can move my king, for example, to unpin my bishop. Then, this king could get in trouble. Yeah, I don't like the queen here. I'm not a fan of that. Wow, the engine says after queen here, queen a1. Wow, that's the engine line. Queen b1, queen e4, queen a1. That's not something grandmasters do, trap their queen in the corner and then hope that it works. That's not, that's more calculating 20 moves ahead than having understanding. That's not what we want to do. This is much safer. Defends c6, defends e8, defends f7, puts pressure on d4. That makes more sense. Queen e7 I don't like at all because it takes the pressure off of here and it undefends the c pawn. I don't like that move. Okay, I like queen e4. Now the queen's defended, the queen's attacking c6, the queen's in the center. That move I like. Yeah, I don't like queen e7. I don't even understand why he played queen e7. That's a strange move because this is the weak pawn. That's the pawn that's going to get captured. Of all 6 pawns, that's the one you got to defend. Bam. He doesn't want to play knight d8. And okay, so he took. That's very bad move, I think. After it takes, he's going to play c5. Hikaru could play bishop here, threatening checkmate and the c pawn. And then after he does that, he's probably winning. Bishop here, threatening mate. Black stops mate. And then Hikaru goes, yum, 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 yum. Yeah. Yeah, very bad move, taking. Very bad play by Aronian, queen e7 and takes. 2 bad moves in a row. Now, the fact that Hikaru hasn't taken back right away, it's 100% he's going to go here. If he didn't see that move, he would just take. If he doesn't take, he's considering moves that aren't takes. So he played bishop c2. A lot of people just take back without thinking. So after Hikaru thought for like 6 seconds, it was 100% he was going to go here. Because that means he saw moves that weren't that. And probably Aronian just missed that. So he was spending all of his time looking at knight here. Because that stops mate, attacks the queen, and then he decided queen takes queen or queen here is good. And he didn't care about other moves. Other moves didn't bother him. I don't know what Aronian's going to do here. Aronian's probably just going to lose. Because these pawns are all weak. This center is good. White has the 2 bishops. Black's play this game is pretty shallow and pedantic. All right, we need more hype train. People of the world, join in. If you want Hikaru to win, you have to donate more. If you want Aronian to win, you have to donate more. You got to root for your guy. Yeah. All right, America. Okay, a lot of moves were made in this game. After he played rook a5, putting pressure on this pawn. Rook's not very good on a5. It can get harassed. Knight d5 is correct. Always trade. Knight takes is correct. Rook a4 is not very good. I mean, white could just win by taking this and having the 2 bishops and running them over, b6. The engine says this is +4. Takes and b6, and black just can't move anything. Okay, he played rook c1 because he wants to play rook c7. He wants to put pressure here, also winning. He defends his rook. Yeah, this is just winning for white. Yeah, black can't move at all. This is really pathetic play from... It's not pathetic play. It's a pathetic position. He knows what's going on, right? He made so many back and forth moves. Bishop here, bishop here, bishop here. Pawn here, 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 here. Rook here, rook here, rook here. And accomplished nothing. White has 2 bishops, the 7th rank, pinning the knight, and this bishop can't move. Strategically getting crushed. Bishop c4, making sure the knight can't move because f7's hanging. Rook a4 again. Then back to a8. Man, really getting the beat down positionally. And then h4, because every move wins, just get more space. Yeah. Unbelievably bad position. No, the hype train ended. Boo. Yeah, Yu's just getting strategically crushed. And don't look at the clock. Shh. Such strong support. 5 subs, 500 bits. I mean, black just can't move. Black has no legal moves. White just wins as he pleases. So material's equal, and it says white's plus 5.6. Also, his time situation's really bad. 2 bishops, what else? Rook on the 7th, pinning the knight. Bishop is trapped. This pawn's close to queening. Rook c8. Rook takes c8, resigns. He's going to take this, and then black will resign. Black's not going to take back. That's what's going to happen now. Ooh, g5. He's so mean. Yeah, every move wins, so I predicted rook takes resigns, and I was wrong as usual. Could resign here. Rook here, checkmate coming. If f6, never play f6. g6, terrible. He might resign here. His position's so bad. There's just no move. By the way, in this position, the engine I'm using got to +8. It's equal material. Bishop c5 wins immediately. Rook takes c8 wins immediately. Not moving wins immediately. The reason he's not taking and taking is just after rook here, rook takes as a threat. I mean, he's easily stopped, but... I mean, black can't move. There's no reason to win material when black can't move. The engine says this is +10, so you might do that. +10 is pretty good. All right, that game is over, even though they're still playing. After bishop c2, Hikaru should be winning. Queen g5. That's not a good move. Okay, and the best move is c5. Queen c6 is the second best move, and they both win. Yeah, he played the best move. The point of this was to do some knight f4 check, which doesn't matter. c5 is excellent. Get that pawn going so we can queen it. Now Aronian has to make a decision. He can't play bishop f8 because of checkmate, which is funny. He can't play bishop e7 because of checkmate. So he's got to put his bishop on this terrible square. He can't play bishop b8 because I win the bishop. So he had to play bishop c7. That's not where he wants his bishop. Because when I take this, I got pressure on the bishop too. Yeah, and it's just completely lost. This pawn's falling. This pawn's no good. King's no good. These pawns are going to queen. 2 bishops. No counterplay. Papa John's. So white's going to win easily in both games. It's going to be a whitewash. All right, and Yu Yangyi is setting up for the next game. Rook a8's forced. If he plays knight takes, I play rook takes f7 check. If he doesn't play knight takes, bishop here wins. So I don't know. Not good. Good time to resign. The engine actually announces checkmate now. This is mate in 11 if black plays perfectly. Rook h8's the best move. The thing is, after check knight takes, I have rook takes check. And this rook is coming in here or here. It's checkmate. These pieces aren't helping very much. I mean, black played rook here, rook here, rook here, rook here, rook here. All right, and bishop f6 is forced mate. Rook takes is also winning immediately, because if you take it, I play bishop f6 check, and then I come mate you. Probably he'll play rook takes. Probably, because bishop f6 in here is so obviously mate. I mean, this is mate in 10, and this is mate in 8, but this is the human move. Takes, bishop f6, and then mate. So the reason it's not mate right away is after here, the engine takes the bishop and plays a rook down, which is ridiculous. So he'll probably take this. I mean, Liren really crushed Yu Yangyi this game. Really badly. Really badly. Like, really badly. Man, what a total strategical destruction. The only question is who will win first. Okay, he played h4. Good. Queen d2. Bishop e3 is fine. Could also take this. Knight d8. I mean, you can't allow that. So, can't move your knight anywhere. Hikaru stopped all the knight moves. Queen e8. King h7. Takes. Yeah. Yeah, this wins the pawn on c6. All right, so both sides are going to win. Yep, they both won. Black resigned here because he's going to lose this pawn. And black resigned here. He played the way that I suggested, rook takes and bishop f6 check, and then that's checkmate. Hey, he finally got his bishop out. Yay, go Yu Yangyi. See, he got his bishop out. Then he resigned. Yeah, that was a really, I don't know who won more easily. I guess Ding did, but it was close. It's weird to play queen f5 instead of queen h5, but queen f5 gets a slightly higher from the engine. This pawn doesn't matter much, but that pawn does. Once you take that pawn, you got two connected passed pawns in the middle. So that this move wins that pawn. If you play g6, I check and take it. If you go to the back rank, I check and take it. If you go to 8, here I check and take it. I probably have other ways to win too, but this just wins the pawn. And then white's up several pawns and queening and stuff. So Aronian made a lot of really bad mistakes that game after he was slightly worse. Just got outplayed. And Yu Yangyi got outplayed the whole game. The whole game outplayed. So very good play by Ding and by Hikaru. Hikaru looks like he's going to sail into the semis. And Ding Liren needs to win this match to tie it up and play another day. Etc. Mainly etc. He won again. Yeah. And not only that, if I can do math, which I can't, Naka's won 3 games in a row. Naka lost the first game, the Rook and Bishop versus Rook, 1 million moves, where he blundered near the end and lost when he was drawing. Then they drew 2 games. Then Naka's has won the next 3 games. He won the last game in the match, he won the Armageddon game, and he won this game. So Naka's on a roll. 3 wins in a row. Aronian 3 losses in a row. And this match, we saw 4 draws in a row. And then Yu Yangyi won on time in a lost position. And now Ding Liren won. So all the matches are changing their, whatever they do. Yeah. Etc. All right, let's get some 1 minute in, because it's going to be like 10 minutes till the next game. Let's see, 1 minute. 23.98. God damn, barely a GM. 22.54. Okay, I could beat a 22.54. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's almost impossible, but not totally. I guess I'll take it. If I lose my queen, I'll probably lose the game. Damn, I hate that. If I don't lose my queen, I might not lose the game. So, okay, we'll do it. What you gonna do when I come for you? Bad position, bad position. I guess I'll go here. I don't know. P6, slightly unsound, but it was fun. That's more important, I guess, than being sound. Man, I'm having less fun now. Damn. Take this way. Yeah. Did I get mated on G2 yet? Not yet. Still theory. He did block his rook for mating me on G2, so that's good. Let's see. Check, I guess. That was knights hanging and I can queen. Yay, I queened. Yay, I beat somebody. Yeah, I got over 2,400. Good, good. 1 mistake, 2 blunders. One player was winning, then blundered it away. Yeah, that happens. All right, I'll give back my 2,400 rating. I've had it too long. Still theory. No longer theory. Retreat. Man, this position is not very good. Somewhat passive. Shallow and pedantic. Never play f6. Yeah, have more time. I like that. Position's not very good, but I have more time. Yay. Hooray for Ben. All right, got over 2,400. Played badly again. Good, good. All right, enough of that. That was awful. It's Kangaroo. All right, Kangaroo. I'm pretty elitist, but I guess I'll play a game. Since it's unrated. Whoa, you tricked me. All right, luckily it didn't matter. Mattered a little. Still theory. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm afraid to put my Perrier down. You guys will say it's noisy. Whoa. That move surprised me. Yeah, his king's pretty active. All right. But I have the two bishops. What else? These moves aren't very good, I must admit. These are my barely a GM moves. All right, that wasn't my best game ever. I think it's my second best game. All right, let's see. Who's texting me? What do they want? Blah, blah, blah. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. All right, cool. Good, good. Good email. All right, people want to join the club? What do they want to do? Nothing? All right. 1 minute unrated. All right. Next game start yet? Not yet. It's a 1 minute game? What's going on? More games of chess than atoms in the universe. Never play f6. Now he's playing fast. Finally. Ooh, my rook. He probably thought I would move my rook. I tricked him by not knowing it was attacked. All right, that was good. Probably says I played badly. 0 mistakes, 1 blunder. Yeah, but the 1 blunder was hanging my rook. Hooray for Ben. All right, did the next game start yet? It did. All right. Sorry, guys, can't play anymore. Got to do analysis. Let's see if I fixed the scene. I did. All right, and the other game hasn't started yet? All right. It should start pretty soon. All right, so we got the Hikaru Nakamura variation of the Bishop F4 QGD. We've seen this maybe 20 times from Hikaru in the last month. We've seen this all the time. Hikaru played Bishop B7. I guess because the queen's here? I don't know. Usually he's been playing Bishop A6 lately. All right. This is what he used to play, Bishop B7, Queen C, Bishop A6. All right. Big Evo 8 subscribe, thanks. Hikaru doesn't want to take this because if the rook takes and the rook goes here, then he gets the A file. So he's going to wait. Well, okay, and then Aronian played rook B1. That's surprising. Doesn't want to fight for the A file. Wants to do this. All right, so the players are on their own now, I guess. Yeah, I agree. Now Hikaru wants to trade on B4, trade on E2, and play B5 and take the A file. Yeah, and then play B5. If White plays B5, then White's going to be better. He'll play B5 here. Oh, he played rook A7. That surprises me. Well, he wants to double up. I guess he's not afraid of B5. And rightfully so. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what Aronian's doing here. Giving up the A file. I mean, that was why he played this way. He wanted to double, his own rooks, but it seems like Black's going to take the A file here. The other way to play is to play E4, since his knight and rook are here. Usually they've played knight E5 by now, but he didn't do that. All right. Well, I like Hikaru's position already. Analysis. Okay. And then you lost the first game. Nimzo Indian. We've seen this before in this match. Rook E8. Okay, D5. Before he was playing rook E8, A3, Bishop F8 in the previous days of this match. Okay, this way he played slightly different variation. Kasparov's played this way with White before you guys were born. So old. Who's the oldest player in this tournament of the remaining 8? I think it's Aronian. Dubov. Wesley. Yeah, it's Aronian. Yeah, what's Aronian, like 35? Oh, I think Hikaru's older than Magnus. Yeah, Hikaru has to be older than Magnus. He has to be. Yeah, Levon, then Hikaru, then Magnus. He's 37? Levon? All right. Yeah. 3 years older. Hikaru's 34? I thought Hikaru was 32 or 33. You sure? So Levon's 37. And then I don't know, is Magnus 29 or 30? I don't know. 32? Okay. That sounds like he's 5 years older. So yeah, Levon's 5 years older than Hikaru, and then Magnus is 29. That makes sense. I played in a round robin in St. Louis, I don't know, about 4 years ago. And I was like, 47 or whatever I was. And the second oldest player was like 29, and the third oldest player was like 21. Damn. And what's funny was, it was a GM section, so almost everybody was a GM, maybe everybody. In the IM section, there were 4 players in their 50s. But in my section, they were all in their teens. Man, it was harsh. I think Jacobian was the second oldest in my section. Or maybe, Jacobian's too good. He could have been playing in my section. I don't know who it was. All right, so it's the maneuvering game. It's the night maneuvering. Everybody maneuver their knights tonight. And the engine really likes black here. It doesn't like the way Yu Yangyi is playing this. Yeah, usually when they play bishop d2, they play aggressively on the king side or the queen side, but he hasn't done anything. All right, black's doing pretty well here. Chef the Ninja subscribed. Even better than Ninja. Yeah. Yeah, the first time... So when I went to Moscow in 2011, Anand was the world champion in 2011. And in 2012... he played Gelfand for the world championship. So either 2013 or 14 is when Magnus became the world champion. So Magnus has been world champion for 6 or 7 years. One of them. Whichever one's funnier. I don't know. I mean, I put the never play F3 shirt on, and these guys play F3 every game. The engine does not like F3. It really does not like F3. It says after G5, black has a big advantage. And after knight G6 or queen C7, he has a small advantage. There's 2 reasons to play F3 aggressively. You want to play E4, which you can't do. Or you want to play G4. And you could do that. But I don't know why he played F3. White's play this game hasn't been very good. Yu Yangyi's not playing well this match. He's playing too passively. His strategic game isn't up to Ding Liren's today. And same thing with Levon. I mean, basically, Hikaru and Ding are outplaying their opponents today. It's not like their opponents are blundering. They're just not playing as well. Like, Hikaru and Ding are playing really well, and you and Aronian are like, eh. All right, so let's go back to what we looked at. He traded. Rook A7. B5, I agree. I thought Levon wanted to do that, but he played G4, which I don't like. Yeah, I don't like the way he's playing. Levon, I don't like it. Man, he wants to play the Hikaru gun, also known as the Alakine gun. It's just better for black. I mean, this pawn's potentially weak. He's not controlling this square enough. This bishop is trapped behind his pawns. Black has the only open file on the board. These rooks are shallow and pedantic. I don't believe in this. You see where white's pieces are? You see? Yeah, I don't believe in that. There's no pieces there. Yeah, I don't like the way he's playing. This is why Hikaru likes the bishop here, because knight A5 doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't like the way Levon's playing this game. Yeah, good position for Hikaru. And he did play G5. Ding's playing sharp. Yeah, and took this. Yeah. And queen D7. Yep. Yeah, this is no good. That's no good. Yeah, very good position for black. Excellent. If the king goes here to defend the pawn, we're going to play knight here and knight here, or take the pawn anyway. So black basically just won a pawn. And white has the 2 bishops, but this bishop's not very good. Black has the nice G6 square for his knight. He's got the half-open E-file. Bishop is good. Pawn structure's good. And black's going to be up a pawn. And white has an isolated pawn, a weak pawn. Yeah, don't like the way Yu Yangyi's playing at all. Let's see. Enemy requests. At least it's a request. That's better than the other way around. Let's see. Like to tweet. Good for everyone. Retweet. Tweeting. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Kavutsky. Etc. What are they saying on Twitter about this match? Video series. Nishigiri, why aren't the games all draws? I don't understand. Liren's positional win is a textbook example of complete domination, according to the Chess 24 guys. The last game. That's correct. Liren needs to win the match to save the day, otherwise he loses. Yeah, that's true. I agree with all of that. Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Not much on Twitter about these matches. Maybe I'm following the wrong people. Interesting. All right, well, it wasn't as exciting as I was thinking. Okay, so he played knight g3. He always wants to play knight f5. You could take this knight and then take this pawn if you're afraid of knight f5, or you could just take the pawn like the engine does. Either way, black's a pawn up, and white has a modicum of compensation. And I like the way Hikaru's playing. I don't like the way Levon's playing this game. Queen a8, knight a5, always sack the exchange. Very good. So this is some kind of interference. So if I play bishop takes, then you lose this rook. So Hikaru sacrifices the exchange, which he's sort of forced to do. And yeah, I mean, this bishop's terrible. Passed pawn, a-file, e4 for the knight forever. The engine says it's about equal, but nobody would want white here. I mean, I got this forever. I mean, that's not better than a rook. To me, white's losing here, and the engine says it's equal. I mean, I'm going to go here, and you ain't never going to kick me out. I got a passed pawn that's protected, and I have the a-file. These rooks can't do anything. Why is this equal? Because the engine's wrong? That's my guess. Yeah, I really hate white's position. Terrible. Yeah. I really hate it. And this reminds me, there was a game played about 3 years ago in the Singfield Cup. Fabiano was white against Hikaru. I think it was the Singfield Cup. It was in St. Louis. And they played a really, really, really sharp knight or flying. It was a slow game. And there's a queen sacrifice, and the game makes no sense. It's too complicated. And the engine says it's equal. And Fabiano won pretty easily. And he said, well, the engine says this is equal, but this is horrible for Hikaru's position. It's terrible. So like it's impossible to play, and the engine's just wrong. And that seems like one of these positions where the engine says white's fine, but that's because the engine defends perfectly every move, and black can't win. But this is two humans playing, so this is just horrible for white. I mean, the rooks are no good. The knight is great. Got the a-file, etc. Hikaru might decide I've already won the first game. I'll draw easily with black instead of playing for a win. I don't know. He's repeating, but he might stop repeating and play for a win. I mean, white just has no play here. Oh, Hikaru doesn't mind drawing. All right, they drew. Obviously, he drew in a position of strength. He's like, I'm up one game. I have white the next game. But okay, I mean, the position's terrible for white. Probably on the other stream showing this, they're surprised Hikaru is not playing on because white's position's so bad. But I think it was because of the score of the match. He won the first game. He's not having any problems. He has white the next game. Levon lost 3 in a row. He's probably just like easy draw with black. All right. But, I mean, really good position for black. White just can't do anything. I mean, if he was playing me, even if he needed a draw to win, he'd win. Yeah. Yeah, very, very bad play by Levon this match so far. He was really lucky to draw this game. I mean, the card just didn't care. He's like, I'm going to win the match. Easy draw with black. So, okay, I agree with that. Easy draw with black. Much better than yesterday when Wesley took a draw, losing the match. That was strange. All right. But yeah, this position is very bad for white. All right, back to whatever this is. We'll concentrate on this game. He did take on h3. That is correct. Rook f2 is the engine move. Knight g6 is obviously good. He could take this and be 2 pawns up if he wants. Knight f5, always play knight f5. He saw his bishop was attacked. Queen f1. All right, so black's just a pawn up, and white has knight f5 as compensation. The engine prefers queen h5 here, saying black is better. After queen here, it says it's equal. This is very similar to Hikaru's game. Black just took over. Black's better. It's a 2-result game. Black has no problem. So far, Ding and Hikaru are dominating their matches. Kobian's 2 years younger than you. Kobian's, I want to say 36. I got to say something. 36. There we go. I've known a Kobian for a long time. Why can't a Kobian be younger than you, Dimebag? What's the problem? I've known a Kobian for a long time. Let's see. Aronian, 0. Mubat, got a draw to win, is only 36. How old do you want a Kobian to be? Man. Did you play a Kobian in slow chess? I've played everybody in slow chess. I'm old. I've been playing slow chess for 45 years. I've played everybody. People who aren't born yet, I already played them. When I went to the bank with Wes Berger about 4 months ago in Michigan, Wes told the banker that he knew me before I was born. See, when I say that, it's a joke. When Wes says it, it's true. So, Jake Made Cake subscribe. Good. Yeah. If I played Hikaru in a live game, in rated chess that's slow rated, we played once in the 2007 U.S. Open in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I think it was 2007. It's either 2000. Yeah, it has to be 2007. It couldn't be another year, could it? I think it's 2007. And then we've played over the board blitz for fun and blitz tournaments like a million times. And I think I've lost every game, and then we drew in the slow game. And then we played an exhibition 5-game 1-minute match at some charity thing, and he beat me 3-2. Normally he would beat me 5-0. I guess he was being charitable that day. And then we played a 1-minute match at the U.S. Championship, like for fun, around 2007, 6, 5. Either 5, 6, or 7. And I beat him 9-8. And then we played again the next day, and he beat me like 35-4. So I tried really hard the first time, but then it was over. That was a long time. I played Hikaru a million times. But not lately, because lately he's been 2750 to 2800 FIDE, and I haven't. Takes. I think we've played on chess.com too, like in the Title Tuesday or the Arena Kings or something. Chess 960. Yeah, the score's not good. We played on ICC a lot too. Hikaru beat me once on ICC, and I had mate in 1, and I didn't play it. And then like 20 moves later, I lost on time. Okay, so he played queen f1 and knight h4. So Black's giving all of his advantage away by trading everything, doubling his pawns. Very bad play by Ding Liren. White has 2 bishops now, and Black's extra pawn is shallow and pedantic. Yeah. Man, the engine doesn't like e4 because it weakens d4. Very similar to my Jacobian game from the Martinovsky Memorial in 2000. No, that wasn't that. It was... What tournament was it? What year did I draw Jacobian in this line? Where he played an exchange Slav and he played e4, weakening d4. 2005? No, it was 2002. No, it wasn't 2002. It was 2005. Anyway, in the mid-2000s, I was playing Jacobian, and he played e4, weakening his d4 pawn. And then his d4 pawn was weak. And then we drew, and I got my first or second GM norm. I think it was my second. First was World Open. Yeah, so the engine really doesn't like this. Obviously, Yu Yangyi wants to get that bishop out, but this pawn's weak now. So bishop here, and then, White has to watch out. So e4 was a mistake. Should have prepared it by moving his king off of this diagonal and played e4 later. It's a very impatient move. Bishop b6 was played, and now black is okay. This game is not very good. Black just outplayed white and got a really good position. Then black traded everything to a worse position, and then white played e4 too quickly, and now black is probably equal again. Not a great game. Frankly, not the best. 15-minute chess is tough. Conversely, when Karen and I have big events on chess.com, hundreds of players, in the under 1800 and 1400 section, those players play perfect. But the super GMs, they don't play as well. They have many less engines they're using. You see, the number of engines they're using is 0. In the under 1800 or 1400, then they use more engines. Coffee Attack says hi. Hello. All right, so he played e5. And the engine says after knight d7, it's equal. But he played knight h5. Engine doesn't like that move. See, after knight here, not only are we threatening this pawn, but sometimes we could take this pawn because of the pin. But after knight here, we can just play rook here, and we're better. It seems to me we could play rook takes e5, but since the engine says we can't, I guess we can't. I don't know why. Oh, because rook takes h4? Rook takes h4 is annoying. Knight's trapped and h7's hanging. Yeah, maybe that's bad. All right, so basically, the engine doesn't like any of the moves they're playing. It doesn't like queen takes f1. It doesn't like knight h4. It doesn't like e4. And it doesn't like knight h5. So all these moves are mistakes. So so it's like black spatter, white spatter, black spatter, white spatter equal. And after knight d7, black has pressure on both center pawns. Here, he's got to watch out his knight doesn't get trapped, or then he loses h7 and loses a tempo. Obviously, he thought that after here, he could take on e5. Because if he didn't think he could take on e5, he wouldn't do this. The knight's trapped on h5. It's stupid. But the engine says you can't take on e5. So if you can't take on e5, then that's not good. Knight here, obviously, you could take on e5 two different ways. So that would be better. So he missed something in his analysis. I want to have a look because I don't know why he can't take on e5. King h1, exclam, threatening the rook. The rook moves somewhere, and then you take this, and then, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, and now you're basically losing. Yeah, because this rook's coming here, and I got 2 rooks and 2 bishops attacking your king. Yeah. So just bad analysis by Ding. That's like the only way for whites to get an advantage is to play rook here, rook here. Okay, he played the first move. King f8, obviously, this is hanging. Bishop h6 checks. You have to play king h8. So this is the only good move. Obviously, this pawn's hanging, so we have to play rook g4. Pretty easy move to find. And I'm sure that Ding thought he could take this, and he might still take it. But if he didn't think he could take it, he would have played knight here. Otherwise, it makes no sense, this play. He's just in a lot of trouble here after rook g4. Bishop's good. It's funny because white played f3 to play e4, e5, and he did. So he got everything he wanted. The 2 bishops, doubled isolated h-pawns, the open g-file. This is everything white wants. And black is playing for tricks, but tricks are for kids. So it doesn't work. And probably Levon and Nakamura are going to start before this game ends, confusing the audience. All right, rook g4 was played. So Yu Yangyi played, in Yu Yangyi's last 8 moves, 7 of them were really good. And Ding Liren is like 50-50. Like good move, bad move, good move, bad move. And now he's in trouble. This is actually terrible if he does that. I'm sure that's why he played knight h5. He thought he could do that. Yeah, now, because you want your knight here now. Now you're going to, get in trouble. Can't. Now if the knight was here, for example, you could play knight e5, threatening the rook and the bishop. So yeah, just really bad move, knight h5. Choking on his own rage. I think you have to push exclaim score. I think. Let's see. Yeah, and the score is actually correct. It's been updated. Go Karen. Yeah. All right, so white has 2 bishops. White has threats. White has a better center. Black has an extra doubled pawn, which is going to disappear. And black has pressure here. But it's not enough. White has a big advantage now. Yu Yangyi has chances to tie up the match now. And I'm sure that Hikaru's game is going to start with Levon before this game ends. And if Hikaru wins the next game, that match is over. The whole thing's over. Hikaru goes to the semifinals, Levon's out. If Hikaru wins the next game. So Levon has to win or draw to force a game 4. Another Petrov. The game may have started, but it's not here. When it's here, I'll show it to you. Another Petrov. No, Hikaru's next game's not going to finish before this one. We're going to move 25 in this game. They've started the 3rd game, but I don't have it yet. When I have it, then I'll show it to you. Don't understand knight f5 at all? Do you mean knight h5? I guess that's what you mean. Rook g8 is actually the best move. Then king h1, threatening this pawn. Then if you trade, I'm attacking the knight and rook f7. That's actually the engine line. Is rook g8, king h1, takes, knight here, rook takes, bishop takes. And white has a big advantage. White's got 2 bishops, a passed e-pawn, rook on the 7th. Black's knight is no good, black's king is no good. That's the main line. Maybe that'll happen. All right, the game is up. All right, Hikaru's white. If he wins, the match is over. He goes to the semis. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, he plays the winner of Wesley and Magnus, I think, if he wins this match. Pretty sure. That's what I read, but I could be wrong. All right, this is the same as their first game, as you guys pointed out. Bishop f5 again. Again, when I was playing this line, we played bishop g4 and then knight here, and I lost those games too. Queen a5 again. Yep, this is the same as their other game. Okay, now that wasn't played. I don't know what was played, but it wasn't that. He played knight b6 last time, right? I'm pretty sure he played knight b6 last time. Maybe he didn't. I thought he did. Always play knight f5. Oh, no, he did. He played rook takes e1. Maybe he did play this. But I thought he played rook takes e1 here, and then he took on f5. Isn't that what happened? Yeah. All right, so here, bishop, always retreat. All right, so Hikaru has a pleasant position again, 2 bishops again. Yeah, just nice position for white. Different move order. All right, so that stuff that we said might happen, that all happened. Rook g8, king h1, take here. This all happened. The engine said that is correct. Now he's going to play rook takes f7, bishop takes d4, and the engine says white's better. White's got a passed e-pawn, white has a rook on the 7th, white's got the 2 bishops, and black is trying to take all these pawns. Rook is still in the corner, king's in the corner, knight's not very good. So better for white. All right, everybody's out of their prep. Everybody Wing Chun tonight, etc. All right. Every move is the engine move. Every move of the last 7 moves is the engine move. All right. So according to the engine, bishop c3 is by far the best. Obviously, you don't want to lose this pawn. That pawn's pretty good. And if you don't play here, you're going to lose that pawn. After rook takes, bishop takes, it thinks that black can probably draw that. Could also play bishop here and take this pawn, which doesn't seem very important, that pawn. Obviously, he doesn't want to get rid of his 2 bishops, but he likes this pawn. So, tough call. Okay, he decided to keep his 2 bishops. Bishop takes e5. And this reminds me of yesterday when the side that was better or winning and was pressing, they didn't press well, and the games ended in a draw. All the games did the last time they played. Then the game before this, Liren just ran over Yu Yangyi. So this game is going the way of the previous day, the previous round, when one side had a big advantage and they couldn't win. So now the engine just says this is equal. It doesn't like letting black take the pawn on e5. Black is still up a pawn, although it is a doubled H pawn. But black has a passed pawn, and black's bishop on e5 is fantastic. So the engine says he's equalized. All right, and then back to this game. Queen d7, queen f3, queen g4. Aronian wants to trade queens. Keeping queens on last game didn't work out very well. I don't think Hikaru wants to trade queens. Probably he's not happy about his queen f3 now. Queen f3 is fine. But I think trading queens helps black. I think with this white squared bishop, white has good chances to attack. I think trading queens and trading brings the game closer to a draw. I mean, Aronian's not playing for a win this game, so he's going to if he's going to hope to draw this very slightly worse position, then he has to win the last game to tie the match. Lots of trading in the other game. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Okay, we saw rook b8. That's a good move. Rook takes is a good move. Rook takes is okay. The engine actually prefers king g8 here. Oh, that way when you check later, I can play king here. Man, king g8 is a weird move. Because white can play b4, so that's strange. $9.99. 9. My first donation today. Thank you. LJ Gonzi. $9.99. That is correct. Okay, Rufus and Doofus. All right. Lots of Rufus, lots of Doofus. This reminds me of the Bronstein-Botvinnik game 23 of their match, where Bronstein needed a draw and he lost a better ending a pawn up because his opponent had the 2 bishops. What else? So even though black has 2 passed pawns and white has 1 passed pawn, the engine likes white because white has the 2 bishops. So this pawn's fast. My king is closer to the center. Probably should be a draw, but white's better. Yeah, they're clearly better for white, but I mean, draw's the most likely result. Outside pawn's annoying. Gotta watch it. All right, and what happened over here? Aronian trading everything. Always trade everything. All right, and they're just gonna draw this game. All right. Yeah, this game is 100% draw. Aronian's going to play for a win now, hoping he can win this pawn, but he's not going to win. Yeah, I mean, white's position's too good. Yeah, but Naka doesn't mind drawing this game. He figures Aronian can't beat him. All right, so black equalized. It's better to have black here, but Naka's not going to lose this position. So this game's going to be a draw, and then Aronian's going to have to win game 4 to tie the match and go to Armageddon, just like Naka did yesterday. And this game is probably like 30% white win, 70% draw. White's better. White has the two bishops. White has the better king. White has the outside passed pawn. But black's a pawn up and has two connected passed pawns in the center. So slightly better for white. Just slightly. And this is slightly better for black, but this will be a draw. Yeah, now the bishop will probably go to c6. King g2. Netflix and chill. He'll play bishop c6. He'll move his rook away. He'll play here. And then it's a draw. All right, so this game's a draw for sure. And this game, all three results are possible. Bishop f5 is good. Both sides have less than 4 minutes. A 10-second increment should be plenty. Okay, wants to be friends, wants to be enemies. I can't click any of these things. Clear alerts. Yay, it worked, clearing alerts. I can't click the alerts and I can't clear them. Go chess.com. Good system you got there. All right, now they're gone. They'll come back. They like to come back. All right, knight f4 check. He wants to get opposite colored bishops, obviously. He's like, take, I dare you, take. This is the wrong colored rook pawn, this pawn, if we trade here. So that would be an easy draw for black. Black just has to sack his bishop for this pawn, and pretty easy draw. So he'll just play king f3, and the game will continue. And this game is just a dead draw. Players are probably trying to find a repetition. This is funny. In this position, if you win a bishop, rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes, then the pawn queens. It's a funny variation for you guys. Oh, snap. So Naka wasn't worried about blundering, quote unquote, his bishop. All right. Dead draw. It's the deadest of draws. Okay, king f3. He played knight here. He wants to take this pawn. White wants to get a queen. Taking is equal according to the engine. Bishop here is also good. Stopping this. I did that. Not that it didn't really happen. Might happen. So he could play bishop here and stop this, or he could take this, or he could play h3 with the idea of either taking this or getting rid of the two bishops. All of it should be a draw, but white's slightly better. But it should be a draw. And this game is definitely going to be a draw, frankly. Aronian has an excellent chance to draw the game and have more time than he started. He's got to make some quick moves. He started with 15 minutes. He's getting 10-second increment. So all right, a4. They're trading off the bubble up here. Getting rid of his isolated pawn. It's pandemonium. It's the board. All right, Aronian got back to 15 minutes. Good, good. All right, and Aronian's going to press because he has a better position. His king's better. His pawn's more outside. This pawn's blocked, but it'll still be a draw in the end. Now this game I don't know. Knight e5 check. The engine does not like it. King g2. Going the wrong way. Yeah, the engine actually preferred king e2. But all right, king g2 has got to be the same. White has a winning plan. Recommended by Hort. All right, both sides have very little time, so anything could happen. He'll probably play check, king g8, and then bishop here and try to win this pawn. Naka played f4. That is correct. Got to get those pawns going. King f3, push the pawns. Stopping black from queening over here because he has to worry about that. All right. Liren, for the first time, has caught up in time. He's been behind the whole game. And now Liren has more time. So it should be a draw, but White's the one playing for a win. White has 2 bishops. White has the outside pass pawn, and these pawns can't move. This king's stuck in the corner, so White's better. This game, Black's better, but, optically speaking, frankly, just a draw. All right. It looks like Levon sort of gave up trying to win since he can't win. Okay, and they agreed to a draw. Oh, Levon had 1456. Terrible. Yeah. Okay, draw agreed. And so Levon has to win the last game to tie the match. Otherwise, Hikaru goes to the semifinals. Levon has White. And this game's probably going to be a draw. But, maybe not. Maybe White will win. Maybe. I'm getting confused here. Was Naka's game the third game and this is the second game? Or am I just totally confused? Am I right? Yeah. Is it? Did Hikaru and Levon finish their third game and this is the second game for Ding and Yu? That can't be right. Probably is. Yeah. This is the case? That's weird. All right. What are you going to do? Confusing the audience, but mainly confusing me. Yeah. This game was on move like 20 when the other game started. But, yeah, they're playing. I mean, Levon had the same time he finished and he started with. So, all right. So the engine likes what Yu is doing. Bishop d4, bishop d7. It's not a big fan of knight a5. Knight a5 is the human move. Got to defend your pawn. All right. So you can play bishop f6 and take this, or bishop b6 and attack the knight. Or you could play king h3 and try to take this. All very reasonable. However, better make a decision quick. You hear me talking? I can't keep track of the games. There's too many games. Hate. 741 viewers a do. Good. Okay, he retreated. I always like retreating. Okay, the engine doesn't like what White has been doing here. It says this is a dead draw. He must have thought he had winning chances. I don't see how he has winning chances. This is the wrong color rook pawn. That doesn't look like winning chances. This is just a dead draw. I wonder if you just said, okay, draw. Like he didn't care. I mean, this is like Hikaru's game with Levon now. Yeah, that was a weird decision he made. All right. All right, so we're going to have 2 draws, and Nakamura is black against Aronian in game 4. Aronian must win. Same as the last time, except Naka must win. And if Aronian does win, they go to Armageddon. If Aronian draws or loses, Naka goes to the semifinals. This is game 2 of this match. Liren won the first game. This game is going to be a draw. And then we will see game 3 of this match will be played the same time we see game 4 of the other match. I don't know why Yu Yang took the knight on a5 and just played for a draw. That was weird. Yeah, this is no winning chances anymore. You can't legally win. Black plays bishop g5, king a5, and they agree to a draw. I don't understand why they haven't agreed to a draw already. Maybe Black can win. I don't know. Can't really win. Yeah, you can't legally win now. The bishop goes here and the king goes here or here. No legal way for White to win. I don't know why they haven't agreed to a draw. Why are they wasting my time? Other game started yet? Not yet. It's possible. I mean, this game should have been agreed to a draw like 3 minutes ago. Nobody could legally win either side. I'm just very confused. And black plays bishop g5 and king a7. They agree to a draw. So I don't understand what's happening here. Why are they not agreeing to a draw? What's you doing? All right, use like all right. What? All right, draw. Okay, so lots of draws lately. Hikaru and Liren easily won their first games. Then lots of draws. So the score right now is 2-1 for Hikaru, 1.5 for Liren. Game 3 will be starting in this match, and Game 4 is going to start in the other match at the same time. As soon as they put the games up. All right, time to play you guys 1 minute. Challenge me 1 minute unrated. Play a couple games. Killed some time, had some fun. Get another train going? I don't know. Another train. Who's going to challenge me 10-second unrated? Yeah, I'm not going to allow that or disallow it. All right, I'll let Kangaroo do it. Barely a GM. Nobody's challenging me? Damn, I didn't think I was that weak. Nobody wants to play me? Wow. 10-second unrated? There's 800 people in the chat. Nobody wants to play me 10-second unrated? Damn. There we go. I thought somebody would. Oh, that's 10 minutes? No, I don't want to play 10 minute. How did I misread that? 1 minute unrated. There we go. I thought it said 10-second. I'm not very smart, I guess. All right, barely a GM. Yeah, he might not take my queen. He might not. It looks like he's going to take it. Yes, he didn't. All right, barely a GM. That's why he didn't take my queen. If that was barely an IM, he probably would have taken it. There we go. I give my queen away. You give your queen away. We're both barely GMs. Let's see, are they started yet? Nothing. I'm as old as I can be. As long as we both give our queens away every move, the spectators will never leave. Guess I could have taken this last move. Oh well, barely a GM. What can I do? He's not playing the move I expect. There we go. I did expect rook e8. I did. All right. I won by timeout. 0 mistakes, 1 blunder. Probably queen h5 hanging my queen was the blunder. Anybody? Anybody? That's what it says. You could only challenge a titled player on chess.com if you've played at least 40 or 50 games. If you haven't, it won't let you challenge them. That is a chess.com setting. It's not one of my settings. Usually that's the reason, is chess.com doesn't let you challenge a titled player unless you've played enough games. Why am I playing this 1000? I'm so elitist. Terrible. I should be more elitist. Bishop b1. I could take, I could check, I could play bishop c2. Good move, I might lose on time. All right, I guess I'll take it. Very confusing. Everybody's queen's getting attacked. Terrible. Still theory. Everybody Wong Hao tonight. Oh, my bishop's hanging. Damn. Maybe I'm barely an IM. I don't know. I have less time. I'm worse. Damn. Harsh. I think this is the best chess game ever played ever. It's close. All right, that was not my finest 1 minute game. All right, they're showing. I can't play you guys. Sorry, they're showing the next round. Analysis. All right, Levon has to win, or he's out, and Hikaru's in the semifinals. Bishop d6 instead of knight d7 or queen e7. It's not as popular, but all right. Still good. I'm the worst. The worst. Yeah, we're still looking for sponsors for our very elitist all GM Gatekeeper tournament. It'll be in 2 weeks. $5,000 prize fund. If you'd like to help sponsor the event, email care@atlchessclub.com and so on. And then you'll be a sponsor for the all GM event. Hopefully Hikaru will win the event. Very suspicious, but possible. Aronian, Nakamura, and the other game's not being shown yet. Is Hikaru playing? I doubt it. Nobody's playing yet. You can't enter the tournament until 1 hour before. That's how chess.com rolls. It's going to be a 14-round, 3-minute tournament, only open to grandmasters with a $5,000 prize fund. So hopefully we don't have to foot the whole bill by ourselves, but we'll do what we have to do. We've got to get those elitist tournaments going. Otherwise, Where is Ding? Yeah, he's probably at home. That'd be my guess. Yeah. Yay, 800 viewers a do. Go, viewers a do. Almost tied with Hess. Almost. Close. Hikaru thought a long time on bishop g4. Usually that's not usually played in this line. Black likes to keep his 2 bishops. So he's not really, doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to do that. So that's an unusual move. But Hikaru might be playing g5, knight d7, so he's getting his bishop out. Then his bishop has g6 if he needs it. He probably played g5 here. Then knight d7 defends the pawn. His bishop has a square, and he can attack like Dubov if he wants. Somebody has to attack like Dubov. Are they still not showing the Yu Ding game? I don't know if it started yet or not, but I can't show it. Is it okay to play f3 or f6? Never! Never play either of those. Rawr. Let's see. What's Nightbot saying? Whoops. I clicked on the video by accident. Yeah, I'm good. Do Bob or does Bob? All right, he did play g5. That is correct. And then he played knight h5. Hikaru's like, two bishops, what else? And he's right. Got the two bishops. He's going to take that later or play knight f4. Good, good. The other game has to have started by now. How could it not have started? They finished almost the same time. Come on. Let's see. Knight f4 looks solid. Barely a GM. All right, Hikaru takes on g3. The engine wants to take with the f pawn, opening up the f line. It doesn't like hg at all. It likes this a lot better. And, you know, Aronian is one of the super GMs who thinks outside the box, so he'll definitely, yeah. I was going to say he'll take with f pawn. Usually we take towards the center, but here the king is safer with the 3 pawns here, and the rook obviously wants to get open. All right, so it's two bishops against two knights. Obviously, you know, the bishops aren't the greatest bishops ever. Not yet. Position's pretty closed. But it's about equal. I really don't understand how the Ding Yu hasn't started yet. It has to have started, right? Come on. Always getting rickrolled. No, he's never going to play that. That bishop's shallow and pedantic. His knight, no, he's never going to play knight takes d6. Never going to play knight takes d6. No, I was invited to the tournament, and I said, you got to give me a really high appearance fee because I'm going to do commentary. And after long negotiations, we just decided I would do commentary, and they would let Wesley So play instead as the American. So that was fair. I mean, it was a bad decision because you saw what Wesley did yesterday. Like losing the match on purpose. Okay, draw, I lose the match. Terrible. Yeah. That is true. If you told me it was two knights against two bishops and Naka was playing, I would have said Naka has the knights. That is correct. All right, so Aronian's going all in. You got to win. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. So Aronian's going to go rawr and make really weird noises, confusing his opponent. What? No, Magnus is not right wing and doesn't like Trump. He was just kidding. He does like the Trumpowski. Yeah, that's the score. Those scores are accurate. Yep, those are the right scores. Why is knight d6 a bad move? That bishop can't move. That bishop's terrible. So you would never take that bishop. It's blocked. The bishop has no legal moves. So you would never take it. The knight, however, can start doing stuff. So that's a good knight. That's a bad bishop. And you wouldn't want to open the d file for the rooks. You wouldn't want to straight out the pawn structure. So you would never do that. You want to take with the f pawn in this particular position because your king is safer with these 3 pawns. Take with the h-pawn, then black plays h5, h4, and your rook can't get out. So taking with the f-pawn here was better. The king is safer, and the rook is better. Have a good bishop. I mean, a good knight. Yeah. 853 viewers to do. Hey, I caught Hess. Hess and I have the same number of viewers. Go Hess. You can't have chess without Hess. You can't. This wasn't really what Hikaru was looking for. He likes this kind of position in general. But when he's up 2-1 and he needs a draw to win the match, this is too exciting. Yeah, Zoidberg wouldn't like it either. It's too exciting. I mean, black's not worse, but, this game has all three results. That's what Levon needs. And normally when Hikaru's playing anybody 15-minute, he doesn't have a big time disadvantage like this. This is occupational hazard when you play Levon. Levon has big time advantage a lot. That's what he does. So a position where you have opposite side castling with all three results, that's very sharp, and you're down 5 minutes on the clock, that wasn't what Hikaru was hoping for. So Levon got what he wanted, especially this opening, which is considered not super exciting. All right, and the other game has started. Took long enough. All right, and this is Ding versus you. This is game 3, and the other match is on game 4. So now, if Ding wins this game, this match is over. So here's a funny thing that could happen. If Levon wins and Ding wins, then Hikaru's match is going 5 games, and this match is over in 3 games. So their match ends first. That could happen. It would be funny if it happened, that Ding's match ends first. Could happen. Okay, another QGA. It's fun to play the QGA. Okay, he's playing a new way. The QGA, hey. You can trade queens. They traded queens every game in this line. Now they haven't. All right, so we have completely equal position. No advantage at all. If Liren wins this game, the match is over. And then when I say the match is over, today's match is over. Then they play a third match in a couple days. All right, this is not the most exciting game. This game's more exciting. Levon played a3, which surprises me. I thought he would, advance there, but he thought that wouldn't work. Yeah, the engine does not like a3. I guess he wants to play rook a2, rook f2, and put pressure here. Okay. Oh, I guessed wrong. Knight here. Not sure what a3 has to do with any of this. I guess we'll find out soon. I mean, c4, c5, I guess. Okay, that's what he did. So he had to do that to defend his pawn. So that was Levon's plan. Wants to play c5, winning a piece. All right, the engine likes white. White's got knight f5. White's threatening this. If you play c5 to save your bishop, my knight has here. The problem with c4 is the d3 pawn is a backward pawn. If you don't understand the concept, you can talk to Farnsley69. He'll explain it to you. So Hikaru could move his queen, move his bishop to e7 or f8, and then try to attack this d pawn. And he gave away the d4 square. He can't play c3, d4 anymore, which I guess he was never going to play. So the big advantage that Levon has in this position is twofold. Very sharp, opposite side castling, very rich position where you can win. You just outplay your opponent, you win. It's not boring like the other game. And twice as much time, 14 minutes to 7. So if I was Levon and I had to win game 4, I'd be pretty happy with the development so far. 7-minute time advantage, crazy double-edged position, and the engine says this move is terrible. It says white plays knight f5. What's funny is if white doesn't play knight f5, black is better. You have to play knight f5. Hikaru's attacking the white king. He's advancing on the king's side. He's making threats. He's going to play f4, g4, h4. He's going to do everything. So after knight takes f5, bishop f5, ef5, the engine says white has a big advantage. It says otherwise black has a big advantage because black just pushes the knights around and starts checkmating them. Super aggressive move from Hikaru. All right, and then here we have knight b3. I was going to say controlling all these squares, and black played a5 anyway, putting tremendous pressure on b4, although giving up b5. This game really looks like it's heading for a draw. It looks like they're going to just trade everything. Trade on b4, b5, trade queens, trade rooks. Okay, knight c5, not heading for a draw. There we go. Although still equal. But okay, that's the most aggressive move. Trying to make the game not a draw. The engine is not impressed. The engine says it's a draw. So, all right, f5, putting the test to Aronian. Will he find knight f5? Knight f5, the only good move. That's what he did. He played the only good move. If he takes with the pawn instead of the knight, then e4, crashing through. And the problem is if you take this, there's discovered attacks. Bishop takes b4, attacking the queen. Bishop c5, pinning. This is weak. And black's close to winning here, it says. So he played the only good way, knight f5. And the difference is, if you do this exact same thing with the bishop not on c8 and the knight, now we have rook e1. And when the knight was on e3, you can't play rook e1. But now you can play rook e1. That's a key difference. After takes, you can't play rook e1 because the knight's on e3, so you just take the knight. But with the knight not on e3, rook e1 pins the pawn. So Aronian realized that Hikaru wanted to keep pushing the pawns and attack. And so he took with the knight. And that's actually what happened. He played e4, rook e1, and then he played e3, which he has to play. So Hikaru sacrificed a pawn. The pawn structure is very strange. And once again, we have one of these situations where is the advanced pawn for one side going to be a good pawn and make a queen and make it hard for the opponent, or is the guy just going to take it? So if in the next 6 moves, Aronian takes this pawn for nothing, he's going to be winning. But if that pawn's still there and it's annoying and it's putting pressure on white and he loses these pawns, then black's going to be doing well. The engine prefers white, and it suggests d4. That's a hard move to play. That way you could play queen d3 and etc. Mainly etc. You know, all these pawns potentially could get captured. So, or they might not. So the engine likes white, but very sharp position. And I think Hikaru realized in the long run it was positionally bad, so he made it tactical. Hooray for elitists. Go, Ben. Not on YouTube. We put them on YouTube later, much later. Unless we don't. Okay, knight c5 was last played. He took the knight. White took back. b4, the b pawn's attacked. They traded queens first. All right, and the engine likes white. The engine says white is slightly better. If Liren wins this game, then they're done for today. Liren wins the match. Yu Yangyi won the first match. They'll play a third match in 2 days on Wednesday. I think Wednesday. I don't know. Pretty sure. And Levon's thinking forever. He shall be Levon. Gift to me. People want gift subs. They're furious. Give them subs. Queen c1. The engine says that's a blunder. It looks good. I understand that move. But the engine says, boo, boo. It says g4 and black has a better position. I'm actually confused after g4 why I can't take this. But it doesn't take it. I'm going to find out why. Queen f6. Yeah, so? What's the problem? Oh, bishop e5 attacks the rook and bishop d4. Oh, that's what Aronian missed. Oh, yeah, this looks good for white until you see this move, threatening this and this. Then it doesn't look good for white. Yeah, Aronian probably missed that. Okay, so queen c1's a blunder, and after g4, black's probably better. Because now in the knight moves, you just play rook e8 and defend your pawn. Yeah. Okay, they probably just missed that. Okay, what's going on this game? Takes. Well, white has the two bishops. Position's pretty similar, but white has the two bishops. So it's just better for white. All right, and Hikaru finds g4, he actually has the advantage. The reason is, after g4, which he played, if the knight moves, we have bishop e5 later. If you don't play g4, and you play like rook e8, now I play c5. You see what I'm saying? And then white's probably just winning. So I think Aronian, when he played queen c1, he probably saw g4 and thought he could take this. And he didn't see, when the queen moves and the knight moves, this idea. Otherwise, white would be doing great. Now after knight h4, I play rook e8, and black's doing great. Because he's going to hold on to that pawn. The knight is stupid here. These pawns are weak. This bishop is great. Papa John's. So it's looking good for Hikaru. Queen c1 threw all of his advantage away. That's why the engine wanted white to play d4, to make sure black could never play bishop e5. If the white knight goes to h4, and black plays bishop e5 to c3 or bishop e5 to d4, great bishop. Okay, so Levan's choking on his own rage after g4. Because he realizes that this doesn't work. Yeah. Knight d2 is a good move. The knight can go to c4 and d6, or c4 and b6. It blocks the b pawn some more. The white bishop can go to f3. And the engine says black is about equal. It actually preferred knight d4 to knight d2. If Liren wins this game, this match is over. It'll be one match each, and they'll play in a couple of days their third match to see who goes to the semis. If Ding loses or draws this game, we play a fourth game. It's not even clear which match is going to end first. But it looks like this game is going to decide the match. I don't think Levan's going to win anymore. Levan had a good position, but queen c1, one bad move. And he's thinking forever because he realizes what he did. He thought he could play rook takes e3. He sees the line that I showed. Thanks, engine. And he's like, oh, dang. Any events? Yeah, in 2 weeks, either June 6th or 7th, we haven't decided yet. We're going to have an all Grandmaster tournament with $5,000 in prizes. We're raising money for it now. We've been raising money for 2 weeks. Got to raise that $5,000. If we don't raise it, we'll have to pay it. Truth hurts. And that'll be in 2 weeks. $5,000 prize fund. It's going to be a 14-round tournament, 3 minutes. 14 round. It's sort of like Title Tuesday, which is 3-minute, 1 second increment, which is 10 rounds. Ours has no increment and has 4 extra rounds. No, I'll do commentary on the tournament. I'm not going to play in it. Terrible if I played in it. Who would do commentary? Maybe Karen could do commentary. All right, Levan's choking on his own rage. And knight a5. That's legal. The engine wants to take this knight, then play rook b1 and take this pawn. Then white's a pawn up. It says that's the only way for white to get an advantage, is takes, rook b1. Rawr! Take the b pawn. Now it says after b3, knight takes bishop e4, that's equal. Is there some perpetual? No. All right. So he could play bishop takes and rook b1, or he could play knight c4. One of the reasons he played knight to d2. And Levan's never going to move because he's furious. Can any GM join? That is correct. Never play f3 shirt. It didn't stop these guys. Now he realizes that what he planned to do doesn't work. His queen c1 was a miscalculation. He obviously thought he would play rook takes e3 here and just missed queen f6, bishop e5, bishop d4. So he's choking on his own rage. All right, knight h4. Naka's going to play rook he8, stopping the fork on g6, defending his pawn. Now he's going to play bishop e5. And he's probably going to be winning because that pawn on e3 is not going away. Whoa! That move loses immediately to queen d7. Then he has to resign. Wow. Queen f6 also wins. Okay, he played queen d7. Yeah, he can resign now. Bishop d4 is winning. Wow, Levon immediately played queen e3. Yeah, the engine says plus 1,000. Yeah, this is over now. Man, that ended quickly. F5 really shook Aronian. It wasn't a good engine move, but it was a good move against a human. The reason this is so winning is when we trade everything, like check, king h1, take this, and play queen d3, the king's getting mated. The knight can't stop the mate. You can't play h3 because of queen g3. There's no move here. He could resign. So like, let's say he moved the queen, which he did. Bishop check, king h1, rook takes rook, queen takes rook, bishop takes rook, queen takes d3, and it's over. You can't stop queen d1 mate. So it's resignable. If you play queen g1, just queen e2 and rook d1. Yeah. I mean, this is the wrap it up button. This is Hikaru's bread and butter. Hopefully vegan, but maybe not. Yeah. This is exactly what I said. Now, queen d1 mate's happening. You can't play h3 because the queen takes g3. You can't play queen g1 because queen e2 and rook d1. So that's it. If only he had taken this way. Oh, snap. Okay, and Aronian resigned. Yeah. Because this is mate, and then the two ways to stop it are both losing your queen. So, yeah, the engine line is queen here, h3, rook d1, and blacks up a queen. Yeah, you could also play king g1, and then everything wins. Queen e2, queen b3, it doesn't matter. Threatening rook d1. This knight's not defending. All right, so queen c1 was a really bad blunder, and in this position, when he played queen c1, here white's actually much better if he plays d4, which stops all that nonsense. And what Levon thought was after g4 he would take, and then move his knight away. But unfortunately, all pieces on dark squared bishop. So now you play queen f6, threatening the knight moves away, threaten the rook moves away, bishop d4, Papa John's. Yeah. And black's winning. Yeah, this is the engine line I'm showing you. Yeah, horrible for white. He should have done that, but instead he lost much more quickly. So Hikaru wins 3-1. The match is over. There's no more chess in this match. Levon's out of the tournament. Hikaru goes on to the next round. Of the 8 players in the tournament, Hikaru's the only one that's gone on so far, and Levon's the only one out. So that's over. Now this match, if Liren wins this game, which he won't, it should be a draw, then he wins this match, but it's not over because they'll have one match each. So after today, Naka's the only one who's moved on, and Levon's the only one out. Tomorrow, if the people who won the first match win the second match, they'll continue. So it could be for 2 days, Hikaru's the only one in the semis. It could be. If Wesley So wins his match, and if Karyaka wins his match, they just keep playing. Everybody keeps playing. Now, if 2 or 3 matches are tied 1-1, and they play the third match, they're all playing the same day. Right now, we've had 4 people play one day and 4 play the next. Then these 4 play this day and these 4 play the next. Whoever's left, they all play the 5th day. They all play at the same time. We could have 0, 1, 2, or 3 matches on the 5th day. They're all going to play at the same time. All right, this game is going to be a draw probably. So we're going to see another game in this match. There's a very tricky move here for white, which he didn't play. He could play rook takes b4, sacking a piece. Knight takes king here. And the king's threatening this. The rook's threatening this. And it looks like bishop a6 is really good. And the engine says no. That surprises me. I want to see that. He didn't play this. If I was white or black, I would just think this is good. And the engine says this wins. There's no good discovered check. It says black resigns here. If you play this discovered check to play here, you just take it and take this, and white's winning. So rook takes b4 gave white a big advantage, but I think both players just thought you take with check, and that's no good. But the knight's trapped, and the rooks are attacking these. So this is a really hard move to find. It's not winning, but it's a good move. And he played bishop takes c3 instead, and this is just a draw. And they're going to draw soon, and they'll play game 4. Okay, he played f3, never play f3. Trying to stop bishop here, and let his king out. Takes here. So if Liren wins this drawn position, he wins the match, and there's no more chess today. If it's a draw or a win for Yu Yangyi, we play a 4th game. That's more likely. Draw is very likely. Yay, 870 viewers. We win. Is there an arbiter that can stop the game if it's too boring? Now, one of the most boring players was Ulf Andersson. He was one of the top 20 players in the world in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And he would play really long games and squeeze his opponent. And most of them were draws, but he would win a lot of long games too. And he won a game in about 180 moves once where he was better, and he was pressing, and eventually he won. And somewhere between move 100, 150, the arbiter yelled at him for playing on in such a boring position. Like the joke that you made, but it actually happened. Good arbiter. Anyway, Ulf Andersson won that game, so he showed that guy. There's a guy in St. Louis, Jacob, who's about 2,000 rated, and Ulf Andersson's his favorite player, which is funny because nobody's favorite player is Ulf Andersson. So. And Yasser told me his 2 least favorite opponents regarding his own score, the ones he did badly against, were Ulf Andersson and Walter Brown. Bad score against Ulf Andersson. Truth hurts. This is a very Ulf Andersson type position here. Pretty boring. Both sides trying to win, but yeah. Did you watch Leela versus Stockfish a few days ago? Doesn't Leela play Stockfish like every day? Yeah. Your favorite NBA player is Kurt Rambis? He tried hard. Rambis wasn't a bad player. He's an average player, maybe. About average. All right, so the position's pretty equal. If Ding can somehow win, he wins the match today, and there's no more chess. If he doesn't win, we'll see at least one more game in this match. And Aronian Nakamura is over. Aronian wins Nakamura wins 3 games to 1, and he waits. I think it's like 3 days until the semifinals, so he has a long wait until the next match. If I'm not mistaken, he plays the winner of Magnus and Wesley, and then the winner of this match that we're watching now plays the winner of Karyakin and Dubov. It's too exciting. That's right. Leela finds it a new move. No, anything but that. Go Ben, that is correct. Man, my Perrier went. All right, Liren wants to play rook d4 and take this pawn. His opponent wants to play rook here and take this pawn. Then they agree to a draw. He's also thinking about playing e4. That's why he played rook a4, king e3, try to save his pawn. The American. What about Wesley So? So if Wesley loses the match to Magnus, which is very likely, and Magnus beats Hikaru, that means Magnus beats the two Americans. No, boo, boo. Go America, etc. Tout parle français. Grandmaster Feingold. You should say en français. Grand maître. Will you ever watch Engine versus Engine? I mean, oh, who will? Yeah, watching it live is silly. Two humans playing. Fight, fight, fight. Garçon means boy. That's right. Very good Pulp Fiction reference. Rook b8, confusing the audience. The Engine says, boo. And he's like, my name's you. And they're like, oh, sorry. It says king e2 and white's better. This move is weird. It undefends this pawn and doesn't attack that pawn. Very suspicious. It's like after king here, rook here, he wants to play for this trick. But obviously I could just play, well, I can't play rook a8 check. You take it. I guess after king here, rook here, you just play rook d4. And then white's probably just winning a pawn. Although I could play rook c1 then. I wonder what he would do. Maybe e4 is good. Is it possible to become a GM without leaving your home country? It is. Did I miss the discussion of So's resignation? You mean his draw? You mean the repetition draw? No, it was just dumb. Jusqu'à la fin. That's right. Is it possible to become a GM without leaving my mom's basement? It is. You'd have to have GM norm tournaments in your mom's basement. So it's unlikely. Yeah, the Engine really hates rook b8. It says white has good winning chances now. Dimebag, 1,000 centidues. I'm the best. Another train. Go trains. Man, it really hates rook b8. It says white has good winning chances now. Man, if Liren wins, the match is over. There's no more chess. I got to make 5 videos later, so I don't mind. Take a 5-minute nap and then make some videos. Get some more Perrier. Get my Never Play F6 shirt. Rook b5. Attacking the pawn. Obviously, if Liren wants a draw, he takes on d2, but he wants to win, so he plays e4. That is correct. Another train. Iron Hyperion gave 100 centidues starting the train. Yeah, I mean, this is very close to winning for white. Very close. White's going to be up a c-pawn. Yeah, that doesn't work. Bishop a4 is good. Rook c2 is good. Man, Yu Yang is really, really blowing this. Both moves give white winning chances. Rook c2 and bishop a4. Looks like rook c2 is a draw because after rook b4, this pawn is too weak. So bishop a4, bishop takes, rook c2, rook a5, then king d1, and white has winning chances. That's probably what's going to happen. Take this pawn. This pawn's a passed pawn. So bishop a4 is the way to try to win. Obviously, black has a threat, so, yeah. Go hype train. Do it. People of the world, join in. Join the scam train. Don't be elitist. Donate $1. Don't do it. There we go. 16 centidues. Good, good. Excellent. Go, Ben, go. Liren, bishop a4 with winning chances. The only move to give winning chances. Will he find it? %18 to go is right. Frankly. Boo! Rook c2, rook b4. Now it's probably a draw. Still better for white. That pawn's pretty good. He could play e5 or rook takes d2. King takes d2. Also possible. Throw in this check before you take the pawn. Pawn's pretty good. It's blockaded at the moment, but it has chances to win. Rook here's clearly the drawing move, it says. Clearly and frankly. Yay, 100 centidues. Bishop takes e4. Not engine recommended. You don't want to unblock this pawn because that pawn could be dangerous. Might have to go back here pretty soon. So still winning chances for Liren. Rook c3. All right, let's go with the c pawn. Let's see what happens. Pretty good c pawn. This could be rook and bishop versus rook. Take it in rook h4 at some point. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be rook and bishop versus rook. You can probably just take all those pawns. That's going to be funny. I think white can take all the pawns. It's going to take like 40 moves. All right, we need 200 centidues for level 2. Such good support. All right, so we have a drawn position. The question is, can white get those two? Oh, I guess there's no question. He didn't even try. All right. All right, so we're going to see a game 4. 200 centidues. Yay. Such good support. All right, so they drew. There's going to be a 4th game. Aronian lost his match to Naka 3-1. Aronian's out. Naka moves on to the semis, which I think is in 3 days. Naka has to wait 3 days to play in the semis. And Aronian's out. And this match is going to a 4th game. Yu Yangyi needs to win to force Armageddon. If Liren wins this match, these matches are tied 1-1, and they'll play a 3rd match later. A couple days. Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's a draw. He's not going to win both pawns. That was fine. Well, the scheduling makes the tournament go a long time. That's all. All right, we'll get some. You guys can challenge me. 1 minute unrated, which was already done. I'll fix the scene. The next game will start in about 10 minutes, I guess. 15 minutes. I don't know. Wants to be friends. Wants to be enemies. 500 centidues. Alt F4 Pro. Scam train. Yay. What's going on here? I'm slightly better, irrespective of his handlebar mustache. Yay, I'm the best. I won by abondement. It's Tomato Cup. Hopefully it's vegan. You gotta hope. Let's see, what do I play here? Here's what I play. Slightly not the best move. Very slightly. Frankly, slightly. Go, Ben. Take everything. And then some. I mean, not that, but everything else. All right, let's go hype train. People of the world, join in. I think I'm too elitist to play this guy. It's my only mistake. Not being elitist enough. Two extra bishops. What else? I guess that's what else. Answer my question. It's funny mate. I haven't seen that mate in a while. Great win. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. That doesn't sound like me. I want to see a report of that game. See if I played over 90. I played 98.6 and he played 29.8. Man, me playing 98.6 is pretty illegal. That was really the temperature of the game. The temperature. 98.6. I played 19 best moves and 6 excellent moves and 2 book moves. No inaccuracy, no mistake, no blunder. Well, I definitely cheated. That's for sure. Trying to learn, you got to ban me. I cheated. Terrible. All right, 3 minute now. 1 minute. Pietro, you're alive. Yay. Yay. Go Pietro. You're the most alive. Nobody's more alive than Pietro. He's the best. Better than all the rest. I thought my bishop could do that, but I guess with a pawn here it can't. Barely a GM. Always play bishop f1. No, the train ended. Boo, boo. Such terrible support. Level 1 completed, so strong support. Yeah. Hooray. Hey, the picture of Pietro is with me. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Yay. Let's see. This guy wants to play again. Did the match start yet? Not yet? Okay. Two knights, what else? And an extra rook. The other game's not up yet. Sack the exchange, it's my stream. I could have played that mate last move. Yay, 1 blunder. No, boo. All right, they still don't have the last game up, so I can't show it if they've started. I'm not saying they started, but if they did start, it's not up yet. Earn that rating. Ah. I'm Syria. You let me mate him in 1 move? Terrible. Now he's earning that rating. Got to earn that rating. I won by resignation. Well, that's good. Let's see. Hasn't started yet. Yep, I don't have it. Isn't this the 400 that usually beats me? There's 400 who beats me a lot. If he hangs me, he won't beat me. If he sees, now he might beat me. Still theory. He's playing like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Always play King B1. See? King B1 was the key. Give it away now. Yay, I won. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. All right, and next game's not being shown yet. Let's see. Go Kangaroo. Armageddon would be nice. I agree. Yay, GM no chance ever. Sideshow Bob stepping on the rakes. Good reference. C4, it's explosive. Go Sideshow Bob. I will take you to heaven before I take you to hell. Ooh, I hung my knight. Probably shouldn't do that. Oh well. Barely a GM. What are you going to do? Matthew Larson recommended. What am I supposed to do? That's nothing to sneeze at, that doubling up on the bubble up. All right. Bubble Up League. Still not showing. One mistake, 2 blunders. Terrible. Friend request, friend request, enemy request. Damn. I don't see any friend requests. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. They liked a tweet I was mentioned in. Liked a reply. Let's see. And, Thanks, chess.com, blah, blah, blah. Congrats. Chess, Twitch. Worse than possible. That's funny, Dominic. So Hikaru said about the QGD line he always plays, he says, if they can prove it's really good for white, which they haven't done yet, then when regular chess returns to the real world in slow chess, it's already been played. So they're sort of afraid to play it. That's pretty funny. He showed their prep. Do you like Mel Brooks? Who doesn't like Mel Brooks? My mom, I guess. Mom doesn't like Mel Brooks. All right, we started. Hooray for everybody. And we'll do analysis one game, and then we'll get rid of my game. And then it should look right. Okay, so this is a must-win for white. If white doesn't win, he's out. And by out, he's not out of the tournament. He just lost this match today. If you want to see Armageddon, we need white to win. White must win for Armageddon. It's the two knights again. Queen F3 is an unusual move. I've seen it. I think I've played it. I didn't think they played takes on B5 here. I didn't think that was the main move. I'm sure it's not. But it's a move. All right. So, again, it looks like two kids are playing in a kids tournament. Liren playing very sharp for a game that he drawing wins the match for him. So here's what's going to happen. If black wins or it's a draw, we're done for the day. Liren wins the match. We go on to other matches, including Liren and you in 2 days. If you wins this game, then we play an Armageddon game and there's more chess. The only way to see more chess today is if you wins this game. And once the round is over, I'm not going to play any more blitz because I have to make some videos. So I'll have to do that. Boo. Let's see. Is the championship happening after the pandemic is over? I don't know. Something. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You played 87 and lost. We'll play 88 next time. Terrible. How can I win? Apology videos. Pandemic. Pandemic will be over in a few years. It won't never be over. Yeah, maybe like 10 years they'll find a cure. Probably like the day after I die. We found it. All right, so black sacked the exchange because Dingler knew I was streaming this game. And as you can see, white's play looks pretty shallow and pedantic. However, white is up the exchange and a pawn. God damn. And the engine says it's equal. So there you go. So white's position makes no sense, but he's up the exchange and a pawn. So that's what you get. It's exactly what Yu Yang-yi wants because it's a must-win game. If Yu Yang-yi wins, they play Armageddon just like they did last time. If Liren draws or wins, he wins this match today, and they'll play a third match in a couple of days. Tomorrow, Wesley plays Magnus again, and Karyakin plays Dubov again, with must-wins for So and Karyakin to continue on. The Ding abides. Well, something like that. He put it in H. Engine not approved. That's correct. Very strange position. Hard to play when you have no preparation. Yeah. Man, dying of COVID or Ebola sounds bad. Knight E4 X-Clan. H6, boo. Queen D7. All right. Wants to castle, play bishop b7, etc. Yeah, the engine actually wants to take and play queen f3 to d1. I kid you not. That says white's doing great. No weaknesses. H6 sort of loses the tempo because it doesn't do anything, and you're sacking a lot of material. Then you're just playing like random chess. You want to be a little more forceful when you're down the exchange and a pawn. It's very likely after knight takes, black takes with the pawn. So he plays rook g8 and later bishop b7. That's actually pretty likely. F5. It's anti-positional, but he's given a lot of material away. So he's got to play super aggressive. Even though bishop b7 is hanging check, he still has to do it because he's down material. Why doesn't black resign? Rawr. Terrible. Big Lebowski is a good movie. It has a lot of good actors in it. That's right. He's a GM. It's a very elitist move, bishop b7, making an illegal move, but it really shows what a super GM he is. So he's got to, got to put his foot on the gas sometimes. Yeah. My parry is gone. I bet my Wookiee. Super GM privilege. That is correct. Yeah, Mark's right. E4, DC6, EF3. Yeah. All right, he did play GF. That is correct. That way he can play rook G8, try to play bishop B7 at the right moment when it's legal. Again, this looks like a kids game the under 700 section. That's the way top level chess looks now. Thanks, Alpha Zero. How did Dubov do? He won his match yesterday against Karyakin 3-0. They play their second match tomorrow. What's the reputation of the Karo Khan? Good, good. Good reputation. 800 viewer dues. Yay. Go viewers. Yeah, 3-0 was a pretty good score from Dubov. Didn't see that happening. I asked William Shatner. He said, Khan. That's right, Jedi Bleeder. You are correct. Yu Yang-Yi's like, why is my position so bad? Oh yeah, I'm up a rook and a pawn for a knight. That's why, or a bishop. Big material advantage for white. Terrible position for white. If he could escape and not get crushed, then he'll win the endgame. Yay! If we get to move 30 and white hasn't been checkmated yet, he'll win. I wouldn't want to have white here in any kind of chess, no matter what the engine says. Move 12 and I got my queen on A8. Everything else on the first rank. Terrible. Also, I like sacking the exchange. He blundered his rook. He didn't see queen takes rook. Terrible. That is correct. The only one who's better than William Shatner at singing is Zap Brannigan. Now, he's better. Leela. Yeah, exactly. Approved by Etienne Bacro because he's playing on the Bacro. Oh. Carl Lewis. He's a good singer, but only when he's singing the national anthem. Then he's really good. Uh-oh. The transformed man. That is correct. All right, the engine wants to play d4. That way this bishop can get out and the knight can get out and take a pawn, confuse black, etc. The problem with getting his queen to safety is it allows bishop b7. So even though the queen is sort of trapped in here, it is pitting the bishop. So it's a double-edged sword. It's sort of like a shield, a wooden shield. Wow. Who, what, where? What if black plays knight c6? It's not his turn. It's ballroom blitz. And pretty long thing for a 15-minute game. God damn. Join my club. All right. Well, then black plays knight c6. It's very likely black will play knight c6 the next move. But he's not threatening bishop b7 because it's still pinned. Where'd all my viewers go? 749. 999. Yeah, taking 2 turns in a row is considered too elitist, so they don't do that. Kobe. Sweet is correct. Man, this is a long thing for a 15-minute game. Am I supposed to juggle or something? What's going on here? Check my phone. Should have left my phone at home. This is a disaster. Queen e4. All right. Yeah, the problem is the bishop can go here in one move. The rook's going to go here. We have f5, f4, knight c4, knight c6 to d4. Put some more arrows there for no reason. All right. Now that's analysis. See, friend request. I'm checking my emails now. And the engine says all zeros. It's funny. It says you have to go here, otherwise white's winning. Seems like a strange thing. Eerie Owl Gaming gave 3 subs. Good. Thanks for the 3 subs. You're the best. I haven't heard any noise in a long time. It's been quiet in here. Rook g8. Those 2800s play pretty well. Personally, I think when somebody plays one good move after another, that's pretty elitist. That's just, you shouldn't do that. The bad moves have rights too. That's not making it fun for everybody else. Time to renew. Ooh, chess cartoon. Let's see. What does that chess cartoon say? Pawns don't move that way. Man, that was a really terrible chess cartoon. What happened here? F3. Come on, you. Look at this. Look at my shirt. Never play F3. What does the engine say about F3? It says it loses. It says the game is over. Bishop C5 check. Rook takes G2, GG. Now Ding is winning. Never play F3. I have spoken. All right, this game's going to end in the next 5 minutes when he plays bishop there and Rook G2. All right, I'm texting the arbiter now and telling them to give Ding a mic so when he plays Rook G2, he can drop it. Okay. Sent. Boo, boo. Yeah, what should he have played? Should have played G3. That's right. Never play F3. Yeah, now bishop C5 check, king H1, rook G2 is winning. You can't take the rook because of checkmate. What's funny is if black doesn't do that, then white's doing great. Black has to do that. And he will. He will. Man, after this, rook G2 is going to be a rude awakening. Now, he didn't get his 2800 rating in the mail. He earned that rating. So he's got to play bishop C5, rook G2. Otherwise, I'm going to wax idiotic about how players were better a long time ago. King H1 is actually a bad move. He has to play rook F2 or D4. Man, rook F2 and D4 also lose? Damn. Damn, rook F2, queen H3. God damn. All right, so it doesn't matter what he does. It's over. This loses, this loses, this loses. For some reason, the engine doesn't give that. Can white win? No. D4 was played. Because it's bishop C5, Pietro, bishop C5. That's why. Okay, he played D4. Bishop D4 is correct. And again, king H1, rook G2 is the same thing. Problem with bishop E3 is it's hanging all this stuff. So that is a problem. Also, bishop e3, queen h3 is winning. Man, everything wins. Truth hurts. I mean, the game's over. So Liren's going to win the match 3-1. He hasn't won yet, but he will. And Hikaru won 3-1. The Yu-Ding match is tied at 1. It's the only match that's tied at 1 because the other matches haven't gone 2 yet. Queen h3 resigns basically. Queen h3, rook f2, bishop b7 wins immediately. So he has to play it. Queen here threatening mate, rook f2, bishop b7. The queen's defending the bishop. I mean, White's position is ridiculous. Yeah. What a crush. Yeah, queen e4 wasn't great. F3 was like double, triple question mark. He just didn't read my shirt. He's too far away. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah, g3 was okay, but not f3. Never play f3. Queen h3 is the only crushing move. After f5, black is better, but not completely winning. But queen h3 is completely winning. He has to find queen h3. Which move don't you understand? f3 or queen h3? Queen h3 threatens queen g2 mate. Easy to understand. The mods seem to be asleep. $800 viewers a do. So whether Ding wins or draws this game, he wins the match. Yu has to win the game to tie the match and get Armageddon, which seems really unlikely at this point. Queen h3 is completely winning. Otherwise, black's better, which is also okay. It's good to be better when you need to draw to win the match. Also good. And big time advantage. Queen h3, that's just my game. I was only fooling. I wasn't. All right, Holiday. Thousands of videos. Why you hate Musk so much? Who doesn't hate Elon Musk? I hated him before it was popular, but yeah. Can White win here? I mean, yeah, black could disconnect. Black could resign. Black could hang his queen. Sure. People's subs are running out. We have to donate subs. These people can't afford subs. Give them subs. Now, make mine vegan. They probably want meat on their subs, so I can't speak for them. Give them subs. You know when Liren is thinking this long, he's going to play queen h3. It's a vegan sub. She's got the jack. Go, Ben. Why is he taking so long? He's thinking. Ridiculous. How could he? Yeah, actually, when Yvonne played Hikaru in one of those blitz matches on chess.com, she clicked the draw button because it was a dead draw, and then she clicked resign by accident. So that's one way Ding could lose. That actually happened. Yeah. CC 2018. That's one way to win. There we go. Didn't get his 2800 rating in the mail. He got it by playing chess. God damn. I guess you the man. Man, black has a lot of pieces attacking. This is like, amateur Morphe. And Yu Yang-yi is the amateur. This is how Morphe would beat the players today. Sack his rook in the corner, GF, mate, go to dinner. That's how we do it. That's right, the knight defends the bishop on b7. And Carole King didn't like that knight. She made a song about it. You're so far away. Doesn't anybody play for checkmate anymore? Etc. The only winning move, rook takes g2 check. Then after rook, okay, he played it instantly. He already figured it out when he played queen h3. Yeah. And now everything wins. Every legal move wins. This wins. This wins. The third move is king e7 for no reason. That also wins. For some reason, bishop takes is slightly better than queen takes. Queen takes is more human because it threatens 3 different checkmates. Yeah, so he played the human one, threatening 3 checkmates. God damn, 2 bishops, what else? So he's got 2 bishops and 2 pawns for 2 rooks. But it's better than that. Yeah, when Ding Liren played queen h3, he saw this position. That's why he played the next few moves quickly. And he was thinking, God damn. I wonder if he was actually thinking that. All right, every move wins. Bishop g5 is the human move. b4 is also pretty human. Knight c4 is more computer than human. He won't play that. He'll play the bishop g5 or b4. Bishop g5 interferes with the queen's deflection. Now, here's one way to win the match, is to play bishop g5 and after rook g1 to just perpetual him instead of win, because then he wins the match, which is actually pretty funny. Is white winning? No. Yu Yang-yi's made a lot of queen moves this game. That is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless he made more than 5. I counted 5. Yeah. Yeah, every move wins. Yeah, that's the human move. He'll play rook g1. After rook g1, I'm not sure what black's going to play. Every move wins, so I have no idea. The engine says knight c4 is the best, with the idea of knight e3. b4 is the second best. a6 is the third best. I mean, white can't do anything here. White has like no legal moves. Very funny position. White can never make a threat. White can't move any of these. If you move your king, that's illegal. There's nowhere to go. The rook is pinned. This rook moves mate. If the h-pawn moves, queen h3 is mate. So this can't move. This can't move. Where's this going to go? Nowhere good. Terrible. So this wins handily. a6 is a funny way to win. b4. Knight c4 is the human move. Play knight e3. That's the way you usually do it. Money for nothing and winning the match for free. So this is the human way to do it. It's my favorite player, Hugh Man. Does queen f1 win? It wins for white because you take it. Queen h3, bishop f4, mate, Papa John's. Interesting plan. Indeed. Okay. He decided to take a draw and win the match. Queen here, and then he's going to do what I said about perpetual and win the match. All right. He could have won, but he wins the match by perpetual. All right. So Ding Liren wins the match. I mean, it's not if it was rated, he would have won. It's not rated, so Ding Liren wins the match by drawing the last game instead of winning. Same thing, and that's it. No more chess today. Hikaru won his match. Of the 4 matches, Two of them were 1-0. Wesley's down 1-0 to Magnus. Karyakin's down 1-0 to Dubov. One of the matches is 2-0. Hikaru beat Aronian. That match is over. Hikaru goes to the semis. Aronian's out. And this match is 1-1. So two matches are 1-0. One match is 2-0. And this one's 1-1. The one that's 2-0, it's over. Hikaru goes out of the semis. Aronian's out. 1,000 centidues. Thanks, Luke Braves Park. Yeah. All right, now I got to make 5 videos and then eat like a grandmaster. Yeah, I woke up sick this morning and late, so I showed up late. I didn't eat. Sick, old, terrible. Man, Yu Yang got his head handed to him this match. Yeah, horrible, frankly. This is not a dance. Yeah. How much for Aronian? What? How much what? How much weight does he get? Not much. 4,000 maybe? I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, sick. COVID. Let's see. Who do I raid? I like raiding Anna Kramlin because she goes, Ben Feingold. So I like that. That's funny. All right, raid Anna Kramling. And she kicks all the bad guys in their jewels. Anna won.